But as gas prices have soared, your companies have funneled record profits back to shareholders. You're not willing to increase production and reduce dividends and buybacks?
Mr. Chairman, we can increase production and return value to our
I'm going to take that as a no.
So what happens when you kill American energy through all these Biden red tape policies? The price goes up.
So some fireworks on the Hill during the hearing on gas prices. Democrats blaming oil companies for the price at the pump. Don't know if we found a solution through all this. Maria Bartiromo, host of Sunday Morning Futures and Mornings with Maria. How you doing, Maria? Good morning to you. Did you hear any answers?
No, there weren't any answers this morning or yesterday, Bill. Look, this kind of rhetoric plays with the populace. It's got to be the big, profitable, evil oil companies. It's got to be the big, evil meat companies for the blame for inflation. The truth is oil prices are reached based on supply and demand. And the amount of supply of product on the market is what is going to either drive prices up or down. That is one of the reasons that we are seeing these talks continue with the Iranians to get the United States back into the JCPOA deal so that Iranian oil can eventually come on the market. Look, oil companies are going to also answer to shareholders, but the price of their product is up at record highs, and they're selling that product. That is where we are. And I know it plays well with the public to say it's got to be somebody's fault. But when you take a look at policy and the policy of shutting down Keystone and a moratorium on drilling on federal lands and executive orders that make fees go higher for the oil companies, that is the reason that you're seeing gasoline where it is today. So I'm not sure if those oil companies could have said anything different than what they did say. I will say they should have been more forceful in terms of where they could drill right now, what allowances and licenses they have right now to actually capitalize on drilling. We didn't hear a lot of that, but that would have been a better answer than we can do both at the same time.
The Republicans called former National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster to testify yesterday. He was talking about the national security impacts of all of this in regards to either trading with our partners or drilling. Listen to him here.
It doesn't pass the common sense test to cancel a Canadian pipeline and green light a Russian one. And then, of course, it doesn't make any sense either to put all these obstacles in place for permitting and that would allow us to increase our production and our exports, and then to supplicate to the Venezuelans and the Iranians to get them to increase their production and exports.
I hope that people everywhere, including Democrats, would understand, even as we've watched what's happened with Russia, Ukraine, and the European countries that are dependent on Russian energy, that your energy security policy is your national security policy. They're not separate, Maria.
That is exactly right, Dana. Spot on. And the truth is when you have to rely on foreigners to get such an important product like oil, of course, you are putting your country in a damaging situation and a potential for destruction. I mean, look where we are. We were energy independent, and now we are reliant on foreign markets. And here we are in the middle of a war where Russia is creating death and destruction in Ukraine and using oil as a weapon. And we should be learning a lesson from this when it comes to food as well. You know, they call Ukraine and Russia the breadbasket of Europe because of the production of wheat. We don't want to get into a situation where we've got massive food shortages going on across the world, but it looks like that's also a subject people are talking about. I would say one of the most important issues right now is to ensure that America is independent on all of these fronts, whether it's oil, food, or those 70% of the underlying medicines that we rely on made in China right now. This is when we actually feel the weaponization of these commodities when you have an actor, a bad actor like Russia, using that as a weapon.
You know, Moscow's in the background of so much of this, and fracking really changed the game for oil and gas here in the U.S. Really did. And Europe was running scared. And H.R. McMaster testified yesterday that the Russians were working to put negative stories out there in the European theater and the U.S. to say fracking's bad. I mean, it's pretty astounding, Maria, as we look at the transformation that we made or had made over the past 5 years. Last comment.
Very serious issue, and I think you hit a good point on the propaganda, because there's a whole host of propaganda coming out of Russia as well as China right now in terms of trying to control this narrative. Bottom line, the U.S. can be energy independent once again, but you do need policy to go along with it in order to encourage it, and that's where we are right now, the policy working against it.
Thank you, Maria. We'll see the opening bell in 6 minutes. Thanks for coming back today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.